Travis, my good self. Today is record-breaking day. It's milestone day, I guess. 10 million now. It's 10 million or 100 million? Let me check. Hold on. I think it's 10 million now have coronavirus, and 100,000. I better check. Yeah, 10 million people around the world now have had coronavirus. 500,000, over 500,000 have died from coronavirus. In Utah, we are up to 167 dead, plus the elderly homes of 71 dead. 238 dead in Utah. For anybody who thinks that's an acceptable loss, need to be executed. For that's an inhumane thing to say. So, not very nice. Not very nice. There's over 2.5 million in the U.S. now that have coronavirus. U.S. has lost. It's now over 135,000. Almost up to 136,000 that are dead. As when we were Mormons, we knew about the Book of Mormon, about the Antichrist, who talked about the false philosophy of survival of the fittest, and that the strong fare according to the management of the creature. We were warned to watch out for those false philosophies, and yet that's what we're witnessing as medical doctors are trying to get Herbert to change, to protect Utah lives, and he just refuses over and over again. And as a medical doctor running the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is refusing to protect Mormons. I mean, we left. We're not going to listen to Nelson anymore. But one of the baggage that we take with us when we leave is, am I doing the right thing? Am I making the right choice? And sometimes we get so brainwashed into the system that we tolerate what should not be tolerated. These are one of those situations that should not be tolerated by any Mormon. For Nelson to be slow to respond when all health officials, medical doctors were saying, shut it down, we need to save lives. And government leaders were waiting for Trump. And it escalated, and then finally they said, oh, I guess we better shut it down. The stock market is telling us to do so. It was too late then. And now we're suffering the consequences of an exceedingly extended amount of time for this. when all we needed to do was stay home until it was gone. But we didn't. Now, in certain countries in Asia where they had thought they had stopped it, they didn't wait long enough to release people back into society, and as a result, it picked up again in an outbreak form. And so they're having to lock down people again. I had a truther that tried to comment on my channel, trying to claim that it's all just a hoax, because that's what Trump said in the beginning. And I've gone over the videos about how those who are misinforming and disinforming us are the enemy that we need to fight, because they have no respect for human life. They are only intent on causing us to fight amongst each other over whether we're supposed to wear a mask or not. Oh, it's my agency to wear a mask or not to wear a mask. You know, that's ridiculous. You know, and people saying, oh, well, we need to be infected so that we build up an immune system. Dumbasses. You know, why do we get shots as babies? Because the shots that we get are for specific killer viruses. Regular viruses, you know, if you lick the counter, yeah, you're going to get bacteria or a virus, but it's not going to kill you. Those, you know, build up your immune system over time. But the ones that we need vaccines for are the ones that will kill us if we don't get a vaccine. This is one of those. And people are refusing to accept this and giving up their lives. And they go and blame the virus for taking away their agency. I mean, my God. I mean, talk about twisting Mormon doctrine on Lucifer. You know, I hope you guys as ex-Mormons aren't falling for it. And just, the reason why we wait for a vaccine is because this will take away your agency, but you can't sue a virus. You know, you can't sue gravity. Oh, gravity is denying my agency to fly. I'm suing space because it's not allowing me to breathe. There are just some things where you just need to slap somebody around for being stupid. And yet here we are. People are dying in large amounts. People in their families, their loved ones, their neighbors, their friends, and they're trying to lie to us and deceive us so that we die. These are the enemy that we're facing. You know, these are the people that are saying, oh, drink bleach if you get coronavirus. Yeah, why aren't you drinking bleach? Oh, I'm tough. I don't need to drink bleach, but you're weak. You're sensitive. You need to drink bleach. Oh, right, okay. Glug glug. Just pure evil. America is just a sea of red. This is what we were warned about, guys. You know, I don't know if you still have a religious mindset or if you're worn out on religion altogether and are still trying to take a break from the religious oppression of the church. But the church purposely used religion to attack us. You know, they have the sign of Lucifer at Temple Square, deceived us into calling their God Jesus Christ. Oh, it's Jesus Christ. Join us. Pay your money, though. Otherwise, you can't join us. And yeah, we were born and raised into it, and so we got punked. But eventually we said, enough. I'm out. I want nothing more to do with this. You will not punk me anymore. And so then the second wave comes as the Mormons, who continue to get punked, attack us with all sorts of psychological warfare, with other physical attacks, economic attacks, all sorts of oppressions and repressions and depressions and warfares. They just will not leave us alone, because that's Lucifer's plan. Take away others' agency. Force them to comply. So we're told we're evil. We're of the devil. We're antichrist. We're anti-Mormon. And we're not letting them have their religious freedom to take away our religious freedom. It's the same games that the virus and the anti-truthers or whatever are trying to do to us. You know, Mars attacks. Stop! We're your friends! Zap! I mean, that's a horrible thing. Beyond just capital crime. I mean, it's Geneva Convention crime. Where they're no longer doing human experimentations anymore. They're now acting out the slaughter of humans from the human experimentations that they've been doing. That goes beyond war crimes. And so yeah, they're using the religion, the Bible, to attack us. Because that's what Moses was faced with Pharaoh. A coronavirus. Metallica calls it creeping death. And here we are. You know, the global killer let loose on the world, and leaders aren't doing anything to stop it. They're not following the Bible, where Moses told the house of Israel, stay inside until it passes over. Passover, the Jewish holiday. And so what do we need to do during this, since our leaders have failed us? As medical doctors are having no power to get us to stay home. As people are purposely spreading the virus, knowing they have it and going out and spreading it. That's what Herbert is doing. If you're not needing a ventilator, they send you home. They don't want the hospitals overcrowded. They don't want to quarantine people. They say, no, go home. Come back when you can't breathe. And so what do those people do? Do they go home and quarantine? No. They go around and spread the virus, getting others infected. So, I mean, Herbert purposely causes the virus to escalate and spread, rather than telling us from before it became an issue. When the first case came to Utah, He should have been saying, we all need to stay home. I'm shutting down Utah. Anybody coming in is automatically quarantined at the border, at the ports of entry, for the 2-week period until they can test 3 times negative. But nope. The president says it's a hoax. We don't want to ruin the economy that we have. Virus doesn't care which economy you use. It doesn't care what government you have. It doesn't care what race or nationality you are. It seeks out breathing life forms, infects them, and destroys them. And we're finding out that it affects people over and over again until it finally catches on and kills the host. And there are people where it lasts longer than the 2 weeks that we were initially told was necessary. There are those who don't test positive or don't test negative for longer than, some are going on 3 months now. And it goes after the youth, it goes after kids, it goes after people who thought that they were healthy. So it's not just the elderly and those who are preconditioned. We were lied to, and we were set up to be destroyed. And so, yeah, the church played all of us, because they were saying that, oh, we're the true church, listen to us, follow us, don't get caught up on these others who are saying that the signs in the heaven for the latter days are coming, even though we're the Latter-day Saints. It's still in the future, guys. Trust us, follow us. Well, here's the virus. They didn't even bring it up. They didn't warn us in advance. And when it did happen, they didn't shut down and provide us with an emergency supply to last out the Passover time. And so we'd already left before this happened, so we already knew the church was bad, but then who did we have to listen to? Who was the warning voice? The medical doctors were, but how many listened to the medical doctors? How many were able to listen to the medical doctors? Your businesses were saying, no, you will stay here and work until you get a doctor's note saying that you've got coronavirus. And even when people do get coronavirus, oh, well, until it gets 10% at our company, we're not going to shut down. And other neurotic, psycho excuses for not shutting down. And so many of us were forced with the situation, do I quit my job, or do I stay on the job and risk my life and my family's life and those around me? This is apocalypse. This is it. The 4 horsemen have spread the blood and carnage across the world. And so, yeah, they played us all for chumps. Had us recognize that our religion was evil, so we left our religion. But then there's no other true religion to replace it with. And that was their trap the whole time, is to get us to deny our religion so that we had no choice now but to embrace the taking away of agency, the doctrine of Lucifer. That was Albert Pike who designed that and wrote the letter to Giuseppe Mazzini. he knew about Brigham Young's church. Brigham Young left the signs for all to know. The Church of Lucifer, the inverted pentagram. But that's it. The church intends to be the religion after the apocalypse. That all will embrace the doctrine of Lucifer. And they'll call it Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, Jesus is our God. Yeah. Give up your agency. Join Jesus. Oh my God. Give up your agency. Join Jesus. Oh man. There's a meme for you. So, I hope you guys are stocking up or have been stocked up. I hope you guys aren't being extorted to sacrifice your life. Because, you know, if it were me, stay home. Quit your job. Stay home. Have a supply on hand. But then, how do you pay your house bills and your rent and utilities? You know, they've got us trapped. They will not let go until enough of us are dead. Because they're just going to keep on going. They have no intention of stopping. Herbert isn't going to stop. You know, he said, oh yeah, you guys now have to wear masks. It's too late. That's not stopping it. We got to stay home. We got to shut down businesses, Herbert. No, we got to protect the economy. Economy! Yeah, but it's a master and servant economy, Herbert. Yeah! Exactly! You know, people are talking about, well, we need to change Rhode Island's name because it involves plantation. And so we've got to change everything that talks about plantation. Well, yeah, but businesses, all businesses have to shut down too. Because they're all that plantation concept, that plantation economy. Because the businesses are a plantation. And they hire slaves and pay them as little as possible. You know, if you have a certain skill set that's more necessary to the job, yeah, you'll get paid more. But no, the majority of the money goes to the bosses who sit on their ass, travel the world, and play golf. You know, oh, but their job's important. Without me, this business wouldn't exist. No, without your employees who are doing all the work, making all the products, your business wouldn't exist. You see, Amazon, what does he do? Nothing. He hires slave labor. And they are literally slaves, as they had to go on Snap. But then Snap said, no, you make too much money. But it's minimum, less than minimum wage. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, this is it, guys. And so, you know, this is what the Smiths were warning us. This is what the Book of Mormon was written for. Yes, it's plagiarized, but they use specific plagiarisms in specific parts of the Book of Mormon to warn us of this day. And because we all left, the majority of you, if not all of you, because I think I'm the only one who's figured out the coding of the Book of Mormon, you just said, oh, the Book of Mormon's plagiarized? Okay, I want nothing more to do with it then. And that's how they got you. Is that they exposed themselves as evil, but they led you to believe that it started with Joseph Smith and not Brigham Young. And so you guys gave up on the whole church altogether, rather than thinking, well, seriously, they created a whole church to lie to us? don't go further with any kind of study to see what else and why. Why did they lie? Why was the first vision wrong? What was the purpose of the first vision? Why did he wait until 1838? Why is the Book of Mormon plagiarized? Why this part for this part of the Book of Mormon? And why was the Doctrine and Covenants encoded? But why is Babylon still existing and will die or will be destroyed in the future? Because it's obviously not Babylon, is it? They didn't get all the coded words out of the Doctrine and Covenants. And so if the Doctrine and Covenants was encoded, when the Book of Mormon was plagiarized, why isn't the Book of Mormon encoded, or is it encoded? You see that the church deceived us by saying, hey, we're liars, bye, you're the unfaithful. And so you give up on everything, when that shouldn't have been the case, because the Book of Mormon warned us of this, that we were going to be under attack, that our government would be overrun and try to kill us. So I hope there are those of you who didn't fall for it. I hope there are those of you who are watching my videos to learn more about what the church has lied to us about, to learn about the coding. I have the playlists. Go to the playlist, look for the coding. I created coding for each of the books of Scripture. The Book of Mormon one was the first one that I did, so that's got the most videos. But yeah, the whole thing was purposely encoded. And even the Joseph Smith history, that's why he talks about being told not to go to church. But as you've probably found out, Joseph did go to church, the Methodists, when his child died. He went to Emma's family's church, and then they got booted out, and so they could no longer be there in harmony. So they had to move to Susquehanna, and thus I have the Harmony playlist addition to the book that I wrote on the real church history. So much information that historians and historians did not cover. And so, yeah, there was some things that I had found and things that I continued to find, as I didn't catch all of the branches that I should have. So much information that has been denied us. All of it is necessary to understand what we were being warned about. Alrighty. I hope you guys are safe.